Welcome in. I'm Juliette Goodrich. We begin with this. After months of bloodshed between Israel and Hezbollah, the fighting has now come to a standstill. President Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced an agreement to a ceasefire deal yesterday. That's sparking tears, hugs, and celebration across Lebanon as displaced families begin their journey back home. So the terms of the agreement include this: 60 days for a full withdrawal of Israeli troops, the peel-off of forces set to begin in 10 days, and for Hezbollah, a full retreat of forces and weapons 20 miles into Lebanon away from the Israeli border. They will not be allowed to rebuild infrastructure or weaponry again in the area after they vacate. So BBC Middle East correspondent Lina Sinjab is in Beirut joining us now. Thanks for joining us. I know that we are certainly getting word of celebratory shots ringing out in the air after Beirut announced that the ceasefire went into effect. Many who were displaced, though, are already returning to their homes despite being told to wait. So what are people being told and how are they feeling on the ground right now?
Well, this is the first day of the ceasefire. People are so excited to have, for the first time in 2 months, in nearly 2 months, drive back to their towns and villages, or even here in Beirut, to the southern part of Beirut to see, their homes. I've been to the southern part of Beirut, to Dahya neighborhood, a Hezbollah strong neighborhood here that was like pounded with heavy bombardment over the past 2 months. And as I was walking, in one area, there were at least 8 buildings that were reduced to rubble. Yet, families have arrived walking over the remainings of what used to be their homes. Some people told me they lived 25 years or more in some of these stories in these buildings. Now they're all reduced to rubble. Despite this, people are, celebrating that there is an end to violence, no more killing, and no more death at the moment.
Yeah, we do know that strikes from Israel continue to rock Beirut right up to the point the ceasefire went into effect in moments after President Biden's announcement. So I think everyone's questioning, how will the truce hold?
This is a very big and important question. I think the Lebanese people, who from the beginning made it clear they don't want this war to happen, are really holding high hopes that both sides will respect the details of this agreement, that no violations will take place. The international community, the UN with UNIFIL, will be monitoring the situation over the coming 60 days, headed by both, observation from US and France as well. The Israelis are adamant that they will have zero tolerance to any violations during this period, but also Hezbollah is in a different position today. It had a big blow to its power, to its leadership, to its structure, and many people inside Lebanon also blame Hezbollah for the high price that the country had paid. Don't forget that we've had like almost 1.2 million displaced in the past 2 months, and nearly 4,000 killed over the past year, most of them killed in the latest round of violence, and people cannot tolerate any more destruction. This is a country already struggling with its economy. It went through several crises over the past 4 years, including a port explosion, and all what they want now is to pick up their pieces and start again in a normal way.
BBC Middle East correspondent Lina Sinjab. Lina, thank you so much. All right. Meanwhile, we take you to Hezbollah. We're going to take you to other parts. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan spoke to CBS Mornings about the ceasefire negotiations. So he said the deal holds up so far between both Israel and Hezbollah. So take a listen to some of what he had to say.
Hezbollah, the terrorist group, has been badly degraded. And so after weeks and months of relentless American diplomacy led by President Biden, driven by our envoy Amos Hochstein, coordinated out of this building behind me, we were able to broker this ceasefire. And it means the tens of thousands of Israeli citizens and hundreds of thousands of Lebanese civilians will be able to return to their home. And it's designed to be a permanent end to this war. So we've had good communication with the incoming Trump team, including my own communication with incoming National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, and we've kept them apprised of the negotiations as they've unfolded. And I'm glad to see that they've come out to support it. Second, I'm not here to report on credit. I'm here to report that today, early this morning Israel time, this ceasefire went into effect. And I'm here to explain that it went into effect because of relentless diplomacy carried out by the Biden administration, led by President Biden himself. And of course, what we're looking to do is to hand off a situation where our enemies are degraded, where the United States is not dragged into a war in the Middle East, and where Israel's security is assured. And we believe we'll be able to make that handoff to the new Trump team on January 20th.
CBS News politics reporter and attorney Katrina Kaufman joining us now for more on this. So we just heard Jake Sullivan say he's not trying to talk about taking credit. Okay, but the Trump administration team commented saying the deal went through thanks to President-elect. So what more can you tell us about that response?
Juliet, you're exactly right. The Trump team has been saying that this is really all coming about because Trump has been elected, because Hezbollah knows that he is moving into office in January, and that they viewed this as their best time to get a favorable deal. We know that the team, Trump's team, was kept apprised of these negotiations. A U.S. official told us that they did approve of this final deal. Jake Sullivan in that clip mentioned Mike Waltz, who has been nominated to be Trump's national security advisor. And he posted after the ceasefire was announced saying that this is all because of Trump. People are coming to the table because Trump's election shows them that chaos won't be tolerated.
All right, so President-elect Trump has also named some new round of staff picks. So what names stand out? What can you tell us about some of the things that are circulating, some of the names?
Yeah, we got a series of new nominees last night, and a couple standouts are Jay Bhattacharya, and he has been nominated to lead the NIH. He notably was against COVID lockdowns. He's argued against face masks. He actually authored a document where they talked about the irreparable harm of the lockdowns. So he will, of course, be potentially joining RFK Jr., who is known for his anti-vaccine stance. So we're really starting to get a picture of who will be leading Trump's health policy. Another notable name is Jamieson Greer as the U.S. trade rep. He was involved in Trump's first administration and would have a crucial role in implementing these tariffs that Trump has announced, most recently against Mexico, Canada, and China.
Katrina, we just got a statement. I want to go over that with you all and all of our viewers here. Just received this from the Trump-Vance team about threats to the recent cabinet picks. That statement says, quote, President Trump and the transition are focused on doing the work of uniting our nation by ensuring a safe and prosperous future. With President Trump as our example, dangerous acts of intimidation and violence will not deter us. So what more do we know about this?
We are doing reporting on this right now, but what we do know is that several of Trump's nominees have been targeted with bomb threats and swatting. One of them who has come out with a statement is Elise Stefanik. She said that she was driving home with her husband and child for Thanksgiving when they learned about a bomb threat at their home. The police responded immediately, she said. We know that the FBI is aware of this, and also that no one with Secret Service protection was impacted. So that's Trump, Vance, their family members. But we are still trying to find out exactly how many people were targeted, who these names are, and we will be sharing that as we have it.
Katrina Kaufman. Katrina, thank you so much.